What's up? I'm fucking sick right now. And I didn't feel like doing any sort of work. So I thought what would be fun is drawing and recording myself drawing. I don't know why. um, anyways, right now, as you can see, I am laying out rough sketch for proportions. I'm going to talk like I know what I'm doing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm literally just throwing lines on the paper, or in this case, I should say the tablet. I just finished watching, or I was watching, as I was drawing this Legends of the Fall, which is a great movie. It gives it's a very beautiful movie, very full of, makes you like, how do I say, yearn for a wild and free life, a life that you live out, and is very nature oriented. Obviously, that'll never happen because my generation's fucked, and we're fried, and we're too dependent on our phones and shit like that. So obviously, this is never gonna happen. But I figured, you know what? Next best thing is to draw it. So I took a screenshot from a scene that I really liked, where he's riding the horse. You see the trees in the background. It looks very like adventurous and freeing. I probably said that before. Anyways, so I did the rough sketch for proportions. I ended up adjusting some of the proportions. I always draw the heads too big. In hindsight, watching this back, I did not really set myself up for success because I just went in and started throwing lines down instead of blocking. And because of that, a lot of proportions are off. Like the horse's neck is way too small. And I don't know if I already did it, but I think I tried adjusting it. Still too short. It's way too stubby and way too girth-y, not long enough. Same with the head. The head isn't really the right shape, but I use some kind of like, not creative interpretation, but just, if I tried to match it, I would have probably made it look worse. So I kind of leaned into a bit of like a cartoony look, just because I don't have the skills to do anything that realistic. As hard as I try, everything I do ends up looking a little cartoony. Obviously, I would love for it to look real, and that was obviously the approach when I started, was to make it look real, but alas, it did not. But I wanted to try adding color to this. I ended up redoing this background because I could not find the right technique, or just like the right way to make the background look good. But then I ended up switching brushes, and I did a little two test trees in those more close up, darker samples, and I figured out kind of a flow that I think would work better. And I start with the darkest or the deepest color, which I thought was the blue, and then I kind of made a gradient from there with this brush that kind of adds. It's almost like a spray paint, but I think it's a gouache brush. And then you add your highlights at the top, and you kind of layer from there. And then I added some like light gray specks, and then I tried adding yellow because I don't know why I was seeing yellow, but I don't think yellow was actually in the reference. But then I went in, added more green to give more of that gradient, more light green again, and it turned out decent. I mean, like, oh, here's the final image. My bad. Yeah, but I will say, like, I'm good at interpreting detail, but as soon as you zoom in, things aren't right, and you can see the lack of knowledge I have in like anatomy and shit like that. Like, look at his hand, for example. He has 3 fingers. I didn't mean for it to be 3 fingers. It's just the way I drew it. Or like the horse's eye, for example. It looks good, but it doesn't. The placement of it doesn't make sense. The size of it doesn't make sense, and the angle of it doesn't make sense either. Like a horse's eyes, not humanoid like that. It's a lot more almond shaped and a lot more in line with their snout. I don't know if that's called a snout, but it's kind of like AI, the way AI draws art. It's like if you look out, if you push it far back enough, you're like, oh, that looks decent. But then you look at the closer details, and you're just like, whoa, that doesn't. Yeah, wait, that doesn't make sense. So there's a lot of studying I should do if I want to get better. But yeah, this is the final image. I ended up changing it to black and white because I tried coloring the subject, and I was just not happy with how it was turning out, so I just ditched that. Went back to good old black and white. Yeah, that's that.